since we're at a stoplight
Yes,
here.
yeah.
So, he came up with a good idea. Why not introduce one of the other cars? And I wasn't against it because this one is, I would say, one of my favorites. I just love the way this car looks. So, we'll introduce the 911E.
Yep, 1973 911E.
Yes. So, this one, how long have you owned this car?
I've had this car for 11 years.
11 years,
Yep.
11 years. So, when you always have a good story with all the other cars. What made you go out of your way to get this one?
Well, having the 73 911T, I wanted kind of the trifecta. So in 1973, Porsche produced 3 different 911 models. It was the 911T, the 911E, and the 911S. So being that I had the T already, I wanted to get the additional E and S to have all 3 of those model lines. So back in the storage unit, I do have a 1973 911S also, which you guys will see in a future post.
911E, what does the E stand for?
And the E actually stands for a German word called unchanged. And the German definition of that is injection. So this motor in 73 is actually running what's called an MFI, a mechanically fuel injected motor. So the Einspritzen injection helps describe the fuel induction, the fuel system for the car.
Okay, I'm learning. Every car I learn something new with you. It doesn't get old. All right, so is that the only thing that makes the engine different in this car?
No. This is running for 1973 OEM for this car was a 2.4 liter mechanically injected system, and it was running about 160 horsepower for OEM for this car. But the previous owner, who actually was kind of an interesting story. When I was racing back in the mid 90s to the late 90s, I was frequently at a track with a gentleman by the name of Walter Gerber. And Walter Gerber's out of Washington, and he was the crew chief for Jorge Trijos, who ran a 1994 964 Carrera RSR. So when we were running the pro races, we were at the track pretty much all the time, saw each other all the time, had nice conversations. And however ironic, a good 27 years later, when I was searching for this car, she was purchased from European Collectibles out of Costa Mesa, California, near Los Angeles. And however unusual, the previous owner of this car was Walter Gerber. So the engine actually, from what Walter did, is from the 2.4, we now have a 2.7. So he actually replaced the case and went with a 2.7 liter case as opposed to the 2.4 liter. I still have the original case with matching numbers, but this is a newer case at a 2.7. So actually, she's got 2.7 liter P's and C's. The MFI, the mechanically fuel injected pump, has been set to RS specifications. You can kind of hear that little difficulty in getting up to speed here. We'll talk about in a minute. And the cams ran down to a RS specification.
Okay.
So in 1973, Porsche produced what was called a Carrera RS.
Right.
And those cars were 2.7 liters. They were about OEM, about 210 horsepower. This car is probably producing something similar to that, 210, 220.
Okay. So yeah, it would feel nice.
It is a different application than what was OEM with the car. Yeah.
Okay. So quite some extensive work.
Yeah, actually Walter, I believe, used to run it at the track at PIR, which is Portland International Raceway. So you know, he knew what he was doing. He probably built the motor himself or at the shop that, you know, he had in Washington State. So
yeah, she definitely doesn't sound stock.
Yeah, well, the exhaust is a little different too. She is running stainless steel heat exchangers for the 73 911 model year, and we're also running a Porsche sport muffler. So
Okay.
she certainly has got a different exhaust note than you would find on a typical 2.4 liter.
Let me make sure I'll make sure to get proper audio clips once we do some more driving. But right now we're heading to the baseball park.
Yes, yep.
I'm gonna talk about the car some more. We're gonna do some shooting. I'm gonna get some, some nice good photos of it, because this car is just I've been dying to shoot this car.
You've been waiting.
Yes.
Yeah, we waited, I think 5 months is when we first met and got.
Yeah, I kind of want to do this car first, to be honest, but
Well, we had some other things to present to the people.
So yeah, we'll do that. We'll knock out some shots, and then
little drive time, try and get a little better run. Again, here we're in Jupiter, West Palm Beach, and
So
it's
busy.
just difficult to really find any
Traffic.
roads you can kind of open up on. So, but we'll try and give you a little something.
she pulls nice.
Yeah, for the 2.7, I mean, it's not. You're not talking about 500 horsepower here.
No,
We're
but-
talking about a 2,300 pound car with 210 horsepower. So
It feels good though. It's.
okay, so tell me where you want me to be.
I'll hop out in a second. Coming. Right there. It's perfect.
Front wheel hubcap lined up.
So reverse a little bit. And stop. Perfect. Okay. So she's all opened up. We're doing some photos. I'm gonna do some video too, because we gotta get some nice video stuff. Is this the first time it's getting shot?
Yeah, since the 11 years that I've had her, this is the first time she's ever been treated in the manner that she's being treated right now.
Ah. One of the things that I love going forward with this car is a potential track day coming up. Am I correct?
Oh, good point. Yes. We've got scheduled December 19th. There's a gentleman called Guy Cosmo. He's here, I believe, in the Jupiter, West Palm Beach area. Guy is a GT race car driver, and he is renting the track. So we're going to have a special track day out at Sebring on December 19th. And so we're going to be taking the 73, a 911E out, and going to do some track time on her. And before that, though, she's going to go to 9 Auto Motion here in Riviera Beach, Florida, with Gordon and Kate Wardell. So she's going to have a nut and bolt. We're going to go through the car, make sure she's set up and ready to go for any track application. So we're probably going to have some future videos on that. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned, and we'll bring that to you step by step as we move forward.
Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna get my B-roll videos in, and then we're gonna go take this for some more driving to get some outside shots. Cool?
Sounds good. Yeah, so Shara's following us in the Jeep, so we got walkie-talkies to communicate between each other, and then eventually what we're gonna go do right now is we're
going over to the Commerce Park by K2. We're gonna get some outside shots, so we can see the car just driving, doing its thing, and we can hear that beautiful exhaust note. I'm sure he's gonna get a little peppy for me. And then that's pretty much gonna be it. I'm gonna get some rolling shots, and we're gonna call it a wrap. It's a pretty quick one, might I say.
Yeah, and if we got the time, because Shara does have to be back at work, so we're a little bit limited on the time. But if this works out okay, we might be able to maybe do a freeway run too.
Yes.
A short freeway run.
Car's so clean though, he might not pull you over.
Well, we'll find out. We're gonna go by him here.
They should know us by now. We do this, you know, we've been rolling around town.
4G2S. Oh, are we picking up the
I
police
think I'm
car?
picking up the police officer.
We just picked up the police car with
Maybe
our
just
walkie-talkie.
turn that off before I should join in. 10-4, roger that. Like, we have a possible
shooting
and he takes off. We're like, all right, go.
That would be a good YouTube video, though.
Yeah,
that might work.
And I'll get arrested for messing with the cops too. You gonna bail me out?
Yeah, I need you. I need your help. So.
Finally back in the garage. Got some good shooting done. This man's gonna do his thing. Get her all cooled off here.
Yeah, what I like to do is after a run, no matter what car it is, I will always try and cool down the car as quickly as possible. So I'll use fans directed at the motor, fans up underneath where the exhaust is, try and dissipate some of that heat. And try, the cooling process a little quicker. Certainly with the 73 911E, you're running a magnesium case, so the cool down temperature is going to be a lot quicker. But still, I always like to work with some fans for the cool down process. So, and orange being my favorite color, I mean, I guess it's only natural the fan should be orange.
Orange is your favorite color?
Orange is my,
And you don't have any orange?
Look around, orange is my favorite color.
There is a lot of orange in here, but you don't have an orange car.
Well, that'd be a little too much bling in my life for an orange car, I think. So, yep, now let's start the cool down process, and, just a little note, thanks for joining us. I hope you, enjoyed what we did with the 73 911E, rolling shots and still shots and stuff. So right now, that's going to be about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget, if you like what you saw, please go ahead and hit the subscription button. And we'll see you on the next turnaround. Not sure what we're going to be posting up next. It could possibly be the Spider RS.
but we're gonna have to kind of think about it and figure out what we want to do for our next post. So appreciate you guys being here, and the end.